Another yard planning. Alright, so let me just kind of go over this. This is what we have right now so far is the mini orchard. The pear, red flesh, Ozark plum, hazelnut, pear, nectarine, plum, I think, hazelnut. And there's the fig tree up in the front yard up here. Okay, here's the fence I put in. You know, I had to do the alley weird because, you know, that incident I had, so I had to make sure everything was like really tight back here so people can't walk through my yard in the middle of the night. So the fence got a little weird. The alley's back here. And I put the fence up along the south side. I curled it around because the way the alley fit, you know, people have gone on that for so long. I just cut that whole corner there. So there's the fence, there's the gate where it is right now, and the fence goes all the way around into the alley over here. Okay, so here's my shed right there. Shed. Here's the porch and the steps that we're sitting on right here. Here's where the pergola will go. I was going to do this year and plant it up, but then, you know, this wind, I have got to, you know, I'm working on I have to do a windbreaker. I'm still going to buy this stuff this fall, but I'm going to talk to my family about making it a spring thing for them to come down and help me build it. But this is here's the bed here. Of course, we also have garden beds over here too, but I haven't got them, you know, this is not really the whole plan here. But, you know, so I'm doing just this part of the yard, just this part. So, okay. All we have right now, is just the fence and the beds. So, the pergola. Oh, I don't know if I told you about that. I brought some, the last thing I grabbed before I left my old place in Montana was a couple of pine cones, well, spruce cones, blue spruce cones, out of the front yard off of my blue spruce wall. So 125 feet, and it was 50 feet tall, and I cut a big arch out of the center. It was awesome. It was awesome and beautiful. And those trees get really big, and I wanted something, so I grabbed a pine cone, and I ended up with 4 blue spruce seedlings out of that pine cone from Montana. So this is one of them, where one of them is going to go, the blue spruce, and there's where the other one is going to go. I got 4, so I'll put 2 in the back here and 2 in the front, which is not on this plan. So for right now, 2 blue spruce. Now you might notice these little circles here. Well, there is something I want to do, but I have to get these little circles. Each one represents a Osage orange seedling. Now, in order for me to get 1,000 seedlings, I'm going to have a bunch of Osage orange, you know, the hedge apples, right? Those hedge apples. I'm going to need a bunch of them. And I have to get them, the majority of the seeds to grow. And I'm going to have to do it over a course of years. But if I can do it once with one, then next year, you know, with one package, because it's 12, for 12 hedge apples, it's like $35. And, you know, you can't ship the seedlings or anything, not that I could ever afford that, but, you know, because it's 3 seedlings on Amazon, there's 3 seedlings for $15. I need 1,000. How much would that be? But the hedge apples are actually trees, but if you, okay, see if I can do this. So you plant your seedlings 12 to 18 inches apart on your fence line, okay? And then when they grow over the end of the year, you know, they might put on, when they get to be 18 inches tall, then when they grow to 18 inches tall, then you bend them over and attach it to the one next to it. And then, I hope that was showing, and then you do it the same with this one, then you do the same with this one, on down the line. Now, what that does is, the Osage orange is a tree, and I'm going to do two rows, one on the inside of the fence, one on the outside of the fence. I mean, it's not at the same time, obviously, but once I get the seeds growing and stuff, and you know, I'll be able to expand it to the entire yard. But eventually I'd like to do double, because double, check this out. Okay, let's pretend we got a seedling here, right, at that's 9 inches. So these are 18 inches apart, and so are these 18 inches apart. But look how they look when there are 2 rows of them. It makes the entire bottom of the bushes look like that, and then the branches of the tree grow as a hedge, and they're super tight and super strong, and nothing's getting through there. I mean, you know, and that's how you make a quick hedge out of Osage orange. And then as the tree gets older and older, these just get thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker, and they look braided, you know, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Alright, so we've got our blue spruce, and I've got to hold the phone still. Osage orange all around here. This, by the way, is parking area. I think I'm going to move my truck later over here today. This is alley storage. That's what I call it, my alley storage. Get rid of that koi pond in the front. I'm going to carry all the boulders and stuff. Well, I'm not going to carry them, but you know, I'm going to get them back here to I'll hire some neighborhood kids or something, and I'm going to set it up. The new pond here, that's way out of size. None of this is in scale, but I'm going to make the pond here, and I'll make it out of that stock tank. I counted out like 8 paces from each one of the markers I put for the blue spruce. So next, oh, I don't think I told you, this fence that goes here where the pallets are, I was gonna plant the grapes and kiwi fruit on the pergola next spring, but I think what I'm gonna try and do is get, that's what this is, grape is the X's are grapes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grape plants and 4 kiwi plants, because the kiwi has to have a male. I think maybe I'll put the kiwi plant, maybe I'll do 5 kiwi, and because I can put the male kiwi on this anyway, kiwi and grapes here, get them built up really good. That's what I'm going to try and do for the first part. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. In fact, I might just do kiwi fruit, because that stuff grows really fast. And if I do kiwi here, do the grapes over here, but I won't be able to do them at the same time. I would like to have both grapes and kiwi at the same time, but that's, you know, that's pretty negotiable right now. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So with this stock tank, I'll dig down right over there, and I don't know if you can see it. I'll use my pen. Maybe I won't. No, it won't even show up. Okay, about here. So tree, here's the new pond. It has to be done in the spring, because the only time you can even come close to digging in this dirt, it's really easy and wonderful in the spring. But whew, man, I got June, you know, for the corn, and I had to do that. I had to soak it and then dig it because it was just too hard, remember? So, yeah. Alright, so anyway, where we're at here is the stock tank is pretty deep, like 3.5 feet or something deep like that. And, well, no, probably 3. Anyway, I'm going to dig it down, put the stone, you know, line it. It doesn't leak, but I'm going to line it anyway. And put the liner so it's hanging over the sides of the stock tank, and then stack the, it doesn't have to be even all the way even with the ground, because there's enough boulders out, those big rocks out there. I shouldn't call them boulders. They're boulders to me, but, you know, they will cover up the sides, and it'll be deep enough that with the liner, with a good liner, I'll be able to put some composted, you know, a lot of composted stuff in there, and I could grow some rice. I was checking out the wild rice, and that's a pretty good producer, so I'm kind of thinking about doing that. So that's where the yard plan is for now, and I will talk to y'all later.